How goes? The old viewers, welcome. I know this wasn't expected for this to be streamed, this whole event, but I, quite frankly, am not about to do a controller. I've just realised I'm in voice chat. Hello, bye. I love it when that happens. People just randomly hear me chatting. I don't know why. When I'm streaming, it's fine. It's not awkward. But the moment I realise people are actually actively live hearing me and able to communicate back in voice, it scares me, man. It scares me. I don't know why. It throws me off big time. Why is the title saying... Is the title saying Australia? Australia? No. I gotta check this. The title does not say Division 2 Australia. Twitch must be having a moment here. I will check that I'm not streaming this wrong, and then yeah. There we go, mini realistic. Hello chat. Hello. We've loaded it up. I'm just quickly gonna ping the stream in the general of the realistic and in the streaming going live to copy link. Alright. Let's everyone's hopping in their correct cars. This is actually quite exciting because no one knew what car they were actually in going into this, which is quite an exciting format, to be quite honest. I'm good, Nixon. I'm good. How's the Nixon doing today? Excited to be racing in this, I guess. One of the top cars. Decent chance of getting some good points, if not a win on the board, but it all depends because the Div 1 drivers, I think, are going to absolutely dominate this. So your LFCs, your Intronsics and your Quattros are going to be top tier. LFC is, I believe, a Div 1 driver. Hello. Kuluk, of course, I've done some racing with him, I believe, in the Division 3 race that I reserved in, and I think I might have deleted him from existence. Straight from watching esports to this, yeah. Less server issues so far than F1 esports. On a LAN event as well, to have that happen is just outrageous. About to start the race and then lobby issues. Yikes. Yeah. Cool to see LFC back. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. To those who know. Of course, Division 2 driver as of late, LFC. As everyone actually doesn't have a setup for Miami. Bit of chaos. No one knew what this track was going into this. I'm intrigued to see if we change cars between rounds to try and rebalance this. Kevin, stop complaining. You'll win the title, mate. You'll win the title. Easy. I don't think you underestimate how dead realistic is in terms of the old style of realistic, the competitiveness. Realistically, these days, I believe it should be used for a division reshuffle so that we can do it per division. But unfortunately, some people don't want to race realistic. But I get the gist of it because as someone who 4 or 5 years ago was 2+ seconds a lap quicker than all my mates, it meant that I could race them fair and square. Even Stevens, you know, battling the likes of Kevin on F1 2019 when I was in a Williams. F1 2019, I was in a Williams, he was in a Renault. Back then, to show you how far Kevin's come, or Quattro, for those of you who know him through the league. That shows you the levels, mate, that I had back then. But he's quicker than me now, as far as I'm aware. But hopefully me and him can team up. But yeah, F1 22 realistic. But I found in HRA I could just about win races in a Williams. I won one race in an Aston Martin. It was just a race for the means at Mexico. Had a decent points finish, and then the race after that I sweated out USA to show everyone. Well, I'd still got it and won the race by like 15 seconds to it. I think it was in Tronsic, who was in, I want to say, an Alpine at the time. So the pace levels I still had back on that game. That was ridiculous, but I'm so excited for the next F1 game. I'm getting a wheel. I'm going to get back into it. I don't think it'll be straight away that I'll have a wheel, but I'll definitely be able to make the races, barring my Wi-Fi deciding it's going to die on the race days. So I might be looking for a new commentator for Div 1. So I won't be racing for pure speed. I'll just be racing just for a bit of fun. Because I ain't got the time to pull a Kusky and put 1,000 hours in the game. As we've got 12 on the grid, this is decent. Be a fun race. I hope that we all stick with this because, quite frankly, I want to see this game leave out on a good one and not fizzle out like it has done for the last rounds of all of, if not all of the division races. So we're just waiting for everything to be sorted now. Waiting for a couple more people. Lazy's in. People readying up. Yeah, before he's even got a car. Might have to wait on that. Let me bring up me music. Yeah. Just shows why it's good to have the sort of delay we had just to make sure everyone who signed up committed. I'm one of those who signed up and didn't do it, but for me it fizzled out because I realised I wasn't going to be competitive. That's the main thing. I'd have 1,000,000,001 penalties and probably get DSQ'd every race. And the second most important one is I don't feel like I would be safe going side by side with people. When I did the Div 3 race, I didn't feel at all confident and even took someone out in the name of Kulak. So Been a while since I've seen a HRA race at Miami. It was, I want to say it was the season finale where Piastri won. And A5 picked up a dominant Grand Slam that day. And the sandbags are real for Piastri in that season. Kubica, what about him? One of the greatest to do it. That's what you're asking. That's my answer. If he didn't have that crash, he'd be world champ. Would have won the title with Ferrari in like 2017, 2018, something like that. One of the very few drivers that Lewis Hamilton feared. In terms of an equal machinery, Lewis Hamilton was scared that Kubica would beat him, but that's just something else with Kubica that I don't know about. That's my answer. But of course, this is going to be a little bit strange for LFC being an Aston Martin. He's used to having an Alpine livery. Those jokes are going to be said a lot more today, because why not? Into the game cycle. Giant cube, Giga Kubica. Indeed. The true goat. LFC leaving the pits. Lazy, who's been given a Williams. Pickle and Alpine, that's going to be interesting. I would have thought. Actually, no, Pickle's quite a quick driver these days. I forget. I'm thinking he's back at Div 2 grid. Nah, he's back at Div 1 grid. Which, back at the grid don't sound as good, but he's there for a reason. There's a Piastri, LFC is on an outlap. Sorry, whoops. Smurfing his way around the Miami streets. Hey, back at Div 1 grid is actually, no, to be fair, back at Div 1 grid is probably mid to Div 2 grid, but damn it, he's a decent driver, right? He has been making a lot of progress lately. Can't knock him on that. So we've got a couple drivers on laps. One on a lap right now. He's lazy. Let's ride on board with the Williams and see the most lazy front end that you have ever seen on a car. That Williams is really difficult to get hands on with. I'm not sure how your stream's doing your end, but my chat has completely died. Give me just a second, I'm going to reload Twitch on the phone. I cannot read chat at the moment. Lazy. Here he goes, entering the last section. Just so much fun to do in that car. He's on mediums right now. As LFC starts this lap. Right on board with the runners-up in Division 2 this season. Lost this race a couple of seasons ago. He took part in the season where he won Div 3. Not using RSI. I think he's getting some practice in. Smart. Very smart. my phone keeps connecting to the wrong Wi-Fi. That's why it's connecting to the Wi-Fi that doesn't work anymore. As LFC goes fastest. Fastest at a decent flying lap. Kulik beats him by half a second in the Red Bull, which is why we love a realistic championship. Stuff like that happens. Pick off, delay off the pace there. 7, 8, oh yeah, 1.2 off the pace so far for Pickle. The time to find there. As Quattro goes top 128.2, and this is the problem with realistic championships, people. Intrinsic 128.9, there is a clear class divide here. GG's on the championship, Kusky. Quattro, sorry. Congrats. Long battle throughout the whole realistic season. But here is the problem with mixing multi-divisions into realistic. It don't work. I think that's partially the reason why Kusky's not here, because he knows that he's just run away with it. Death Mage goes third. In the Ferrari, he might give a possible fight to Introntic, but yeah. That is a Quattro W for the championship. That's what happens when you stick one of the dream team while a member of the single greatest driver pairing to ever grace HRA, not just in Div 1, but in its history. That's what happens. As he lets Vintita pass. Everyone now going to be diving into the pits. I don't think anyone's on a flyer as per se. Pickle is saying that he's a second up. No, he wasn't a second up. P2 for Pickle. I fear we're going to have an F1.5 here, because yet again another Red Bull car is on top. It's an AlphaTauri, but it is still a Red Bull. Just trying to sell clothes instead of energy drinks. Yeah, Kevin, welcome to Modern Realistics. They're dead these days for us quick guys. No offense to the slower people, not slow people. Almost dug myself a deeper hole. Yes, if you DSQ, you start directly at the back. Hello, George. Welcome to the Quattro Fest. We're already congratulating him on the championship. Right involved with Piastri on his outlap. How's the handling model? Don't tell me it's as bad as this one. The driver who won here in Div 3 a couple seasons ago on the title. It was actually A5 who took the race win that day. That's the thing with beta tests though. Is it brake locking or just brakes in general just being horrendous? Alright. It's an issue they'll be looking to sort out. I'm guessing they'll probably do a beta test after esports are done. That's the most logical thing to do. Slam the engine breaker. Piastri looks to start a flying lap. LFC, whichever you prefer. If he moans at me for calling him Piastri, I'll just moan at him for smurfing. Here he goes then, on a fine lap, currently sitting 8th. And I'll be joking about it, because why the hell not? Yeah, suspension filling shafters should not be a thing. These are very stiffly run cars because of the ground effect. If you want to see it, just look to the Degna 1 photos of the older F1 cars. You can see the car contorting and twisting with the load. Modern F1 cars. Yeah. Very, very stiffly sprung. Keep the aero platform straight and not scraped at all. Purple for the driver. We haven't actually technically seen LFC race for a while, as he gets blocked by a Red Bull. Can't complain about that. Goes P3. Yeah, that's how it should be over there, realistically. Right now, Quattro's still on pole. Let's have a look, see if he can improve. As now as he knows he's in this car, he'll just look to improve and improve and improve. Because behind in the field is so incredibly close and tight. But yellow flags up ahead, a bit of traffic for Quattro to navigate. Of course, Quattro not the only one you'll hear me using two names for today. Man in third as well. Calling Quattro Kevin. And I keep accidentally calling LFC Piastri. Don't know why. My bad. Quattro still on the fly then. Looking towards the final sector. And the final corner. And a very smooth apex there. As you blast the throttle. Towards the line he goes. Where does he go? He's P1 right now. Improves and is now pole by a second. ERS is what? Engine modes 1 to 5. Are you serious? Because that is... Yes! Best feature in F1's back! Please, I pray they keep it. It's so good. More advantage for the wheel users. Yeah! And if you're wondering, only 4. Alright. So no low. But low would really slow. But more advantage for the wheel users because we can change it midway through the corner. Can't do that on pad. And then gain a couple tenths of a second in management. That's I will be again joking about LFC, but you don't smurf. It's not right. There have been other people who have attempted to smurf, and before they even so much as hit the track, let alone put their TTs in some cases, they own up, say they're sorry, and move on with their days. But LFC are just, as far as I'm aware, completely and utterly lied and entered, as a current Div 1 driver at the time, entered the Div 3 and raced and won it, taking the title out of someone else's hand. Like a Messi turned up to an under-9 footballs game. Ain't fair. Pickle on an outlap, 2 minutes left in quali, well 3 minutes left in quali. Engine braking will be a big factor. Good. That's more realistic. I just want the handling to actually feel like an actual game, and I want, realistically, I want there to be an option to lock what camera people use. That sounds a bit dumb, but if the steering feels better, you should realistically be able to use onboard cam and still have the same feel, the same pace. But because TV pod's faster, people use it, but what other esport in the world uses TV pod? George our resident HRA tester, it would seem. Pickle practice to do with that. Quattro's on an outlap. And Pickle, let's see what he can do. Currently nearest challenger to Quattro, second a lap off. See what the Alpine can do. Decently there. Strong so far for Pickle. Purple middle as well. 3 tenths up. Won't be enough to snag pole, but certainly decent. So the line improves by 3 tenths. Still 8 tenths off Quattro though. Checker flag is out, Ed Viz retired from the session. He's had a crash. Quattro still on a flyer. Still improving. I'm going to see if he will take the checker flag here. Indeed he does. Quattro will be pole. Doesn't improve his time, half a second down. That just shows, half a tenth down, so that shows the consistency in Trontic's improved. Mendel goes P2. LFC is currently on a flyer, last corner for him. Here he comes to the line. Improves, but not enough to improve position. Death Mage on a flying lap as well. That's creative use of track limits. Nixon is on a flyer as well. He's 9 tenths up, looking to propel himself up a couple places here. That does just that. Moves up a place into a competitive lap time. Strong stuff from fellow commentator. And a good foundation to build on. I'm going to sit and chill as Quattro took pole, Mendel second, Pickle third, and Tons at fourth. LFC Piastri, whichever you want to choose, is in fifth, Deathmage sixth, Lazy seventh, and Pika eighth. Kulak ninth, Edvir 10th, Nixon 11th, Late Bloomer in 12th, and Floyd Pink last in the Haas. I'll be back when we get going. As to be quite honest before we go, I don't think commentary for this will become a solid thing. I'm not even sure I'll be able to see this one out because I am tired. There's not much on stake on the line. I might just want to chill, but we'll see. The race is interesting. And yeah, we will, but I doubt the game will be interesting. As Mendel close to within 4/10 of Quattro at the end there. Or Div 2 Red Bull man. Alright, we'll be back when we get going. Oh, here we go then. For the red lights, for the mini realistic. And HRA gets underway here. Seems like a strong start from Quattro. He holds the lead side by side behind. That's Mendel and Pickle also getting involved in Tronzik. LFC, there's a couple cars around. Deathmage is around. I think he might have collected his teammate in there as well. Nixon, who has had an incredible start. Absolute chaos up and down the field. Lazy and Pentita going side by side. Pickle and Intronzik side by side. As Intronzik runs a little bit wide, LFC looks to the inside of Intronzik, now heading down the main straight. Pickle and Intronzik side by side again now. Look to Mendel, the Mercedes Ineos badge on the rear wing. Will he be able to stay ahead of Pickle? He does, but he's gone wide, and that's invited Pickle to go side by side. He pinches him into the wall. Mendel has died. Death Mage somehow gets out without being the dead mage. He is now up to 5th because that chaos. Mendel just lost out 2 positions, but I think he might have lost out more than that with the damage. Rick Mendel indeed. Ferrari of Nixon looking side by side to the inside of Intronzik. He goes, a bold late move. Intronzik gets fed out into the barrier from a little bit of contact. All fair there. From what I can see, they're side by side heading down the straight. That is an awful camera from Lazy. Here we go to the optical camera. Give me something good game to see that. Nixon and Intronzik still side by side through 1 and 2. Great racing from the two of them. Two drivers you'd never see battling it out. Having an absolute ding-dong over P6 here. Out front, Quattro and Pickle and LFC, Mendel, Deathmage, Nixon, everyone is within a second of each other, all the way up to 11th. That's a wide entrance there for Deathmage, and Tronzik will look to pounce on that one. Here we go then, on board the Alfa Romeo. We'll switch to the off-board camera and see him climb his way around the outside of Deathmage and up into P5. And Tronzik looking for the comeback, but that's side by side there, side by side further in the background between Kullock and Nixon. And look at that, Lazy getting involved in the mix. There's contact left, right and centre in this fight. Edveer's gone side by side there with Late Bloomer and got up there. There's contact between tyres from Williams and of Lazy and Ferrari of Nixon, I believe. Look to the distance further up to see this fight. Nothing going on there, nothing going up further up the field, so we'll blink back to this one and see Kullock and Lazy, a Williams and a Red Bull side by side. Kullock darts to the inside. That Red Bull dancing on the brakes. Will he dance his way up to P7? Yes, he does. That's wide there for Lazy, who's actually entering the pit, so maybe some damage there with a collision. But here comes Nixon. Look at that, Kullock unable to do anything. I will now get the graphics up for the tyres because that's a big one in realistic. Beats on the curb there for Nixon. Nowhere to go, Edveer. Winner, of course, in Division 2 at Japan. Got his team, Williams, the constructors, by doing that. Sealed it with a kiss as well. Of the trophy, that is, not of the barrier. That would have been A5, kissing the barrier a couple of times that race. Oh, well, once that was not his fault. Racing incident there with Raven. Still fighting it out here. These 3 cars. Obviously Alpine with poor straight line speed. Mercedes too, but it's still pouncing to the inside. As a shout out to Realistic, because I love talking about the differences in these cars, and it actually makes a difference here. As that's wide for Kullock, looking to take the FIA ball line. Scrape the wall as well, kicked up some dust. Here comes Nixon then. Side by side for the lead of the race. Pickle looks to take it, doesn't. Nixon to the inside. He goes, I'm going to have to dart to this battle for the lead because it's intense out of the last corner. Quattro not holding it as well as he would like right now. He's on the hard tyre. Here comes Pickle looking to the inside. No, not of the runner-up in Division 1. Did I just see an end plate flying? I'm not sure I did. LFC has closed up to the back of this train. We've got the rainbow tyres compound from first, second and third. Boy Pink, we've seen him on the mini-map. Big Sad, he is last by 15 seconds. Pintita as well has been in the wars. Of course, his teammate out there, LFC. So he was partially fighting in Division 2 under his LFC's Smurf banner of Piastri. Here comes Pickle. To the outside, Pickle takes to the lead and leads the race. Might he get points? Probably not. He'll finish P13 somehow, but he is up to P1 for now. Pickle takes the lead of the race. LFC struggling to stick with these guys as his soft tyres start to degrade. Here comes Quattro back to the front. Pickle can only watch as his very short-lived lead goes, but he's sticking with the fight there as that's a little lock-up. He runs wide because that's why LFC has sent one to the inside. There's Late Bloomer and Edveer as well fighting it out into the final corner, looking for a switchback Edveer, but that awkward off-traction corner neutralised any traction advantage he would have had. Getting beat from the inside curve there, red light flashing for the Mercedes in front. So Red Bull and Ferrari fighting out here. Kulak and Nixon currently scrapping over P6. It's been an exciting race so far, I have to say. A difference for Miami. The realistic tag really making this one interesting. That's a little wide there for Kulak. That might invite Late Bloomer to dive. Doesn't for now. As we'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead as well. And if Pickle can take the lead of the race, I think he's just managing this for now. Managing the tyres, managing the ERS. Driving a very mature race, Pickle. This is realistic as yellow flags further back. There's a spinner. Late Bloomer's got involved in either Kulak or Edveer and has rotated. So Mercedes down to 9th. Here comes Pickle. Will he look to be at the lead of the race, crossing the start-finish line? All round the outside goes Quattro. Does he hold it there? They're still side by side, heading towards the line. Final right-hand flick of the lap. They're still side by side. Quattro takes the lead of the race before we hit the gantry. So technically Quattro has still led every lap of this race, but it's not quite been like that. Still won't be a complete ground slam if he gets it, but he is not dominating. That AlphaTauri does not look good in race trim, but he's on the hard tyre, so maybe Kuski's tyre pressures tailored for the medium and the softs, which tend to be what most tyre pressures are tailored to on setups these days. As here comes Pickle yet again, looking for the lead of the race on lap 6. To the outside he goes of Quattro. This is an interesting one and hits the front yet again, staying with the AlphaTauri so far. And this is the last hurrah of F123 for us as HRA. We are seeing some incredible drives out there. Kuski watches on as his old teammate Quattro fights out for the lead of the race. And to the inside goes Quattro, takes the lead of the race yet again. Pickle, superior traction with his power advantage. Looking to get out of the last corner and get up the inside of Quattro at 1. Doesn't quite make the move as LFC drops off this train. Nixon's run wide and has lost his front wing. He has to dive into the pits. There's been a collision at some point. I don't think there's a front wing on that Red Bull either. Something quite bad has definitely happened between these two in their fight. Indeed, neither having a front wing. So they pit for a change of tyres. And they get going, as that's a spin for late bloomer. Does well to save it, but the car just went on the exit there. And his teammate Mendel, despite pitting, is now on the back of him. Kullock and Nixon come out 11th and 12th, so they've got two caught up in their own battles. Have died, the yellow flags are out on the pit exit. There's a car out of the race at exit of pit road. This is why there has been a collision between Edvir and Kullock. What on earth has happened here? Safety car has been deployed, and this, realistically, I'd say helped the likes of LFC, Pintita. It'll allow them to get back into the race. It really doesn't help those who've just pitted, but what happened there, Kullock? Pit exit, Edvir being there, I'm guessing? It's the only logical explanation for that. That is a strange one. Into the pits comes Quattro and Pickle and everyone and their mothers. It's been quite an exciting race so far, as we have realistic pit stops on as well. Drive through for Floyd Pink. Slow pit stop for Quattro. Nope. He's so quick that he's just teleported to the pit exit line. Levels above the rest of the team. Pickle on the softs. That's an interesting one. Two stopper for Pickle then. Oh. So Edvir spun, I'm guessing, as you left the pit lane. And you were just a passenger, from the sounds of that. Right, I am going to close chat for a second and mute up and do the same. I will unmute when we get going. Alright, we're back. Prep to go racing again. We'll have 18 laps of racing here. And we will get to see Quattro take the restart, but Pickle is behind on fresh soft tyres. Here we go. We are green yet again here at the realistic. Pickle looking to stay in check. Till DRS gets enabled, then he'll be able to work with Quattro at LFC. You can expect him to slip in. Oh, contact! 3 wide contact there between Nixon, Mendel, Pintita. As Floyd Pink moves up a place, he's still got a drive-through to serve though. So the Saviour has hurt him there as he's gotten out the way of everyone. Edvir and Nixon might look to battle it out as that's damage for Nixon as well. In that contact, I think he got squeezed into the inside wall. Further up, here we go, LFC and Intronsic fighting it out. LFC slips down a place, of course, Hards 2 soft tyres, no matter the difference in car, the difference in tyre compound, too much. Need to handle the 2-stop, I don't think isn't going to work. It is not going to work, realistically. There's going to be a lot of work to get back up through the grid. I think that if Pickle can hold this position, he'll still sit there or race. Till he has to pit, of course, and then he might recover to second as Lazy. In the barriers, I think. Not quite sure on that one. Mendel, that was a good move there for Lazy. Not going to turn 40 Mendel. Probably nothing. Transit goes fastest. Those who come out on the softs could screw their race quite bad here. As Late Bloomer and Nixon side by side. Nixon with that front wing damage, trying to thug it out as it were, but it's not working out for him. He needs another safety car here to deal him back to the front of the field. As Pickle and Quattro side by side. Pickle looks to take the lead of the race. Quattro will fight it though. That's wide for the Alpine, almost catches the back of Quattro. It's a really bad line there for Pickle. And this will certainly see him check out this fight a little bit. I think Pickle's weapon in his arsenal as Edvir's retired. There's been a crash further back as that's Edvir round. What on earth has gone on there? The SC deployed. This might help. As Nixon now has no front wing, so he must have got involved in that in not so good of a way. As Floyd Pink, despite having the most stinker of a race of his life, still sits on the fringes of the points. As Intronsic takes his VSC to take his pit stop. Smart stuff from Intronsic there. That might deal him past Pickle. That I did not see coming. Because Pickle will have the edge for a couple more laps on them tyres. But they swiftly die. And then he will have to pit. I'm wondering how much time that Intronsic will find under this, because he's at pit exit now. Still under VSC. That is a master stroke of strategy there from Intronsic. And if he can check back towards the front of the field, he has the pace. He'll be in the fight. I think LFC might bag second here. Of course. Won the title at this very track using his Smurf account in Div 3, which isn't much of a thing to congratulate him on. as we lead Pickle into the pits then. Pinteater and Death Mage, the closest fight on track, and we are back to normality in terms of Miami quality of racing. Wide for Pinteater on entry there. He's looking to try and stick with Death Mage here. It's a struggle so far. DRS is enabled and he's going for it. He's absolutely gunning for it on the ERS deployment. No fight put up by Death Mage. Pinteater moves up into P4. LFC, and Lazy side by side. The Williams driver looking to get some action out on track. Looking to get a switchback effect on LFC. Here comes Lazy to the inside, he goes. Nice and simple pass for him. He'll cut firmly into the lead of that train. A bit of a lock up there for LFC. Runs for Lazy, runs slightly wide as well in the process. As I might just mute up and do no comms because as usual I'm getting a bit of a headache, so I'll leave the stream up, but I'm just going to mute for a while and see if it dies down. Alright. Doesn't hurt to look at the screen now, so I'm going to stick with this for the rest of the race, because this fight has been sort of loosely happening. I've been watching it. It's the only fight left on track for the final podium position. A race that had quite a lot of promise at the start, but as quickly turned out to be quite a snooze fest, with the gaps opening up after the safety car. There's still not much going on in this fight, still pretty settled. It's yeah, not been an interesting one over the last 10 or so laps. 4 and a bit laps to go. Oof, late on the brakes from Pickle there. Very late, and that might be it. Out of DRS now. Lock up and late braking from Pickle there. I think that might be it in terms of that fight. Oh, Mendel passes Lazy then. Bit of track action. Oh boy. Quite further, stay on board with the leader for the rest of it. On the last lap of the race then. Peter and Death Mage, that's a fight that I'll watch for the rest of this actually. That'll get spicy. To the inside goes Pintita. Takes the position on Death Mage. Who lifts to let him pass, no resistance offered up by Death Mage. Despite his late bloomer. Cracktro though enters the last sector of the race in just a moment. There's been, at times, it was questioned, fight put up by Pickle in the early stages, but an incorrect strategical decision due to the offset tyres strategy. Pickle starting on mediums, Quattro starting on hards. Pickle went for the two-stop, it's not quite worked out for him, but it's worked out a dream for Quattro. Around the last pick of the track and takes the win. LFC will get second, or Piastri did a confused driver. And Tronzik third, and Pickle fourth. Mendel will be fifth. Lazy will be sixth. For the on track. Left Mage. Lazy, yep, 6th. Pintita 7th. Death Mage 8th. Late Bloomer will get 9th, and the last points finisher will be Nixon. Yeah, quite a boring race to be quite honest. It was fun at the start, then it just tailed off massively. That's nearly fell asleep about halfway through. I'm going to end this stream off nice and early for this one, because I do want to go and chill with mates. So after round 1, it is Kevin ski, not car ski quattro. That's a mistake that I've been making when I'm tired quite a lot. Quattro takes the win. He was chilling, chatting in the stream chat, not even trying. Onto the top step he goes. Alright, yeah, I'm going to round it off here. So there is the finishing positions. Mendel gets fastest lap in the end. I'm not sure if I'll be commentating on the next one or not. It all depends if I'm available or not. If I am, I might give it a go. If not, and there's a spot of the Red Bull, if I spotted the Red Bull or something, I might reserve it. We'll cover or do something, but for now, thank you for joining. It has been a bit boring, but the next one most likely will be better. And if I'm there, I'll see you then.